Now let's focus on the TED video activities, the second part of our lab work. When I click on Lab Work, TED Videos, I can see I have several different folders. In total, I have 8 videos this semester. Notice, in each video folder, there are 2 activities. An assessment activity, and again, the assessment has the question mark icon, and the other activity uses the discussion tool. Notice the icon is similar to the discussion tool at the top. Let's begin with video 1, How Languages Evolve. Let's click on the first activity. Similar to the previous assessment activity, I will click Start Assessment to begin, and then once again, OK. For the TED video activities, there are 5 questions in total. These questions follow the video you must watch. Notice when the activity begins, I must scroll up to the very top of the page where I can see the directions and the introduction. It's important to read the introduction so that you understand a little bit about the video before you watch it. In this first video, we're going to watch a video about languages and human history. After I have read the introduction, I'm going to click play, and that begins the video here in D2L.
In the biblical story of
You can see that the video begins after a brief introduction. The video is linked to YouTube, and if I click the YouTube link here, I can open it in YouTube and see it in a much bigger screen. That's one option you have. Or if you'd like to watch it in D2L, you can do that. Also, you have a closed caption option. This means when you click it, you will see the subtitles written below at approximately the same time as you hear the speaker's voice. I recommend that when you watch the video for the first time, do not use the closed caption option. For each video, the speakers speak rather quickly. It's important that you watch each video at least 2 times, probably 3, maybe even 4 times. Once again, the first time, don't use the subtitle option. Maybe on your second or third viewing, try that option. After you finish watching the video, you can see the questions are written below. Answer the questions, and if you need to go back to watch the video again, please do so. Let's take a moment to answer the questions, and when we come back, we'll learn how to submit and move on to the next activity. Okay, now that I have finished answering the questions from the first video, I'm going to click Save All Responses. And again, remember, this saves all my answers at one time. I could also save them individually as I go. You have both options. Now that I'm ready to move on, I'm going to click Go to Submit Assessment, and then again, Submit Assessment with Yes. Now I'll get the results. And again, in this case, notice I don't have the answers to the question. I know it's correct because I have 1 point next to it, but I don't know which answer is right or wrong. This one is right because I got the point, so I know B was the right answer. However, in this case, notice I didn't get this one right. That means answer A isn't the right answer. It must be either B or C. And if I scroll down, I didn't get all the answers correct. So as you can see at the bottom, I have to repeat the exercise. In order to move on to the exercise, you must get at least 80%. So in my case, I must go back and answer questions 2, 3, and 4 correctly in order to move on. Once I do that, I can move to the next activity. Let's go back and repeat the activity, and then we'll come back and continue with the discussion. Okay, I've gone back and I've answered the questions for video activity 1 again, and as I scroll down, I can see that I've gotten 4 out of the 5 answers correct. You can see my score at the bottom, and it says great, and that is at least 80%, so I can move on. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, at least 80%. To move on to the discussion activity, I can simply click the right arrow at the top to go over to the discussion. You can see some of our classmates have already posted, and I'm ready to join the conversation. First, I must read the directions. It's always helpful to read the directions to know how to do the activity. In each case, you're going to read the discussion question that relates to the video. For video 1, the discussion question is, do you think it is important to know more than one language? Why or why not? To make my response, I'm going to click Start a New Thread. And in the subject box, I'm going to put my name. Now, I have the option to type my answer here, but because this is a speaking course, I strongly encourage you to speak your response by clicking Add Attachments, and here you'll have the Record Audio option that we had before when we did the assignment tool. So here, I'm going to click on Record, and I'm going to answer the question. Yes, I think it is important to know more than one language. It's important for many reasons. And once again, I have 1 minute. Once I have spoken for at least 1 minute, maybe even 2 minutes with a second recording, I'm now ready to save my response. Please speak for at least 30 seconds for each of the discussion activities. So now I'm ready. I'm going to save it, and you can see my file attachment here. And in this case, because it's a discussion, I'm going to click on Post to send this to the class. Now I can see my post here and my audio file here. And as I scroll down, I can see my classmates, some who have posted audio, others who have posted text. And if I'd like, I can go in and I can review and listen and reply to one of their posts. Replying to a classmate's post is totally optional, but it is required that you respond to the discussion question yourself. Let's move on to the last part.